Yo, what is going on everybody? My name is Conrax. Welcome to the channel. Today we are discussing Black Ops Cold War once again because it's recently been discovered that Activision and Treyarch are using some really dirty tricks and practices to try and get players who don't want to buy Black Ops Cold War, who already play Modern Warfare 2019, to buy this game. But before we get into the main part of this video, if you're not already subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, enable notifications to be notified whenever I have a new Cold War video out. You guys have been going absolutely crazy on the channel at the minute. The support has been tremendous. We're trying to hit 300 subs. And as it turns out, only 0.3% of you guys that watch my content are actually subscribed. So if you're a returning viewer and you like what you see, consider hitting that subscribe button. It will be greatly appreciated. So it's no secret that Modern Warfare 2019 was a huge seller compared to Black Ops Cold War. In fact, that game right now still has more active players and a more active player base than Black Ops Cold War currently does. Of course, we can put this down to things like Warzone being the most popular battle royale there is right now, but also due to the rocky release of Black Ops Cold War and some of the reviews that have been made on this game. And with Black Ops Cold War not performing as expected in terms of sales, Activision are really trying to force players to buy this game. You guys may have noticed that recently Activision had a sale on for this game. Now this is something that Activision don't do at all. Usually sales are just completely out of the water when it comes to Activision, because if you look at some of their recent games and some of the older Call of Duties, even Black Ops 2 right now, you have to pay $60 for it. They do not lower the price for any game that they release, but Black Ops Cold War has been on sale for quite a while now. Now, it's not to say that Black Ops Cold War wasn't one of the best-selling games of this year, but compared to the success of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and some of its previous counterparts, Black Ops Cold War isn't currently doing too good. So Activision, naturally using their most popular Call of Duty game ever sold, which was Modern Warfare 2019, they've really tried to force a lot of Black Ops Cold War's content into that game, even though I really don't think it fits. I think the only reason they're putting a lot of this content in is to obviously try and drive sales to Cold War. Now this integration of Cold War to Modern Warfare 2019 is where some of this controversy starts, because I'm sure you guys know by now that the Battle Pass in Modern Warfare has always been its own dedicated Battle Pass, like every other Call of Duty has. We've always got things from the Battle Pass when we play Modern Warfare specifically for Modern Warfare. Well, this year it's a bit different. With the integration of Cold War into Modern Warfare, we've seen the two games pretty much combine, meaning that things like cross-progression now exist in the game, which I definitely think is a good thing. I think if you play Modern Warfare, you should be able to level up your overall character between both games. It doesn't matter what game you play. I think having one level is a pretty good idea. However, there is a problem when it comes to this cross-progression and the way that Activision are trying to monetize it. And I'm going to be completely honest, they've been really sneaky about the way that they've implemented the monetization system for both Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019, because a lot of people won't actually realize this, but if you go ahead and take a look at the Battle Pass, you will suddenly notice that nothing in that Battle Pass when you play Modern Warfare 2019 anymore is actually for Modern Warfare 2019. It's all for Black Ops Cold War. Now, of course, you can use some of the new guns and that in Warzone, but about 95% of the content in the Battle Pass is now for Cold War. Meaning that if you buy the Battle Pass on Modern Warfare and you don't own Black Ops Cold War, you are pretty much being scammed out of a whole bunch of content, because Activision want you to buy the Battle Pass, see that you spent the money and that all the content that you're unlocking is for Black Ops Cold War, and then go and buy Black Ops Cold War so you can use that content. Now this is an extremely cold-hearted thing to do in my opinion. Not only did they take away the Battle Pass that was in Modern Warfare for the players that don't want to buy Cold War, that would rather play Modern Warfare, because let's be honest, Modern Warfare is a better game. The poor guys that don't really keep up to date with COD and really know what's going on, or the people that just like to play casually, that see there's a brand new Battle Pass, are just going to go and spend their money and get this Battle Pass, only to realise later on that they can't actually use this content and that they have to buy Black Ops Cold War if they want to use any of it. Nowhere in that Battle Pass does it say that this content all is for Black Ops Cold War. And that's the main problem, right? It's really deceiving to the casual player, the player that doesn't really keep up to date with the community in both of the games and what's going on, to the average player that goes on this game, say, a couple times a week, and that just goes to unlock their guns, unlock new content. They're just going to buy this thing and not realise any of this, and then they're going to have to buy Black Ops Cold War if they want to use any of it, because in their minds, when they buy and see a shiny new battle pass, they think that this is brand new content for Modern Warfare, when in fact it's not. And of course, we all know what Activision are like by now. If they realise this after purchasing, they're not going to be able to get a refund, because Activision will pretty much just laugh in their face. Now, of course, I understand that Activision is a business, they need to make money, and after Black Ops Cold War launched in the buggy, horrible state that it did, they obviously lost a whole bunch of money on that game, and they need to recoup some of that. But not showing players what game the items are for when they're making their purchases is just a really scummy and ultimately desperate move, in my opinion, to get sales for Black Ops Cold War. And the sad thing is that it doesn't just apply to the Battle Pass, this also applies to the store. If you go to the store in Modern Warfare, you can check out all the items in there. They've pretty much removed everything from Modern Warfare and replaced it with Cold War stuff. There's a small section right at the bottom, all for the Modern Warfare content, but it doesn't say anywhere in the store that any of the items that you can purchase are for Black Ops Cold War or Modern Warfare. Now, to people like me and you who play the game a lot, we know not to buy the Cold War stuff, we know what guns are in that game, and we know that we can't use them in the multiplayer of Modern Warfare. But to the average casual player, again, they're going to go ahead and buy this content only to find out that they can't use it until they buy Black Ops Cold War, and they're going to be met with so much disappointment. In my opinion, there should be a system in place that prevents you from buying content for Black Ops Cold War if you don't already own the game, or at least something that notifies you that that content cannot be used in Modern Warfare. Obviously with the exception of Warzone, but the problem with that is that the Warzone engine, or the Modern Warfare engine, is completely different to the Black Ops Cold War engine. The guns that are from Cold War in Modern Warfare and Warzone do not even represent closely any of the weapons in Cold War. And the fact that if they want to use these guns, they're going to see all these shiny new weapons added to Warzone that are really overpowered and doing really good in class setup videos and stuff. They're going to want these guns, they're going to unlock them by using the battle pass or whatnot, they're going to use them in Warzone, but then the problem is they're going to want attachments and stuff for these weapons. And I don't know about you, but getting attachments in Warzone is like the longest thing in the world, considering the average player can drop about 4 to 6 kills a game, and that is on a good game. And also bearing in mind that these weapons will be intentionally made quite powerful to try and drive sales to Black Ops Cold War, because players that want to, use these guns seriously and unlock all the attachments and start to, experiment with different class setups are going to have to buy Black Ops Cold War just so they can rank up these weapons in multiplayer, just to then go ahead and use them in Warzone, which in my opinion is just a really bad way of doing things. If they want to make COD a universal experience, they should add all these weapons into every aspect of both games. I should be able to use the weapons in Black Ops Cold War in the multiplayer for Modern Warfare. I should be able to use them in Warzone. I should be able to use them also in Black Ops Cold War, just the same. So make sure that if you don't own Black Ops Cold War, you definitely do not go ahead and purchase any of the Cold War weapons or the Battle Pass, because trust me, it is not worth your money. But guys, that about sums it up for this video. If you're not already subscribed and you haven't left a like on the video, please consider hitting that sub button. Also, turn on all notifications to be notified whenever I have a Cold War video up. Be sure to leave a like down below and tell me in the comment section what you don't like or what you do like about Black Ops Cold War. It'd be really great to get to know your guys' opinions. But thank you so much for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one, and I hope all of you guys have an awesome day.